Today's game is one that I actually had a hand in making. Over the weekend, I took part in a hackathon. It was a 24-hour coding challenge where a company called BlackRock asked us to create something, some kind of tool, to improve accessibility to finance stuff. Generally, it was a pretty vague brief. That was the challenge, and our idea was, okay, let's make a game about investing in stocks because most British people don't invest, and so this is the game we came up with. You start at some arbitrary date. Here we go, 2005, and we start with a portfolio of £100, and you can pick from a set of stocks, and you can move forward in time with those stocks and kind of see how you do, right? So let's start off. We'll put, it's 2005. What's going on in 2005? I don't know. I'm 3 years old. Let's put money into. Well, no, I'm not 3 years old. I'm 1 year old in February 2005. That's true. So we're going to put some money into Coke because, Coke is delicious and we love it. And as you can see, in a year of holding Coke, we've made £7, and we can move forward a month at a time. We can move forward a week at a time. That's not really helpful. Moving forward just a bit at a time doesn't really help us as much. But you can see here, 4.03% up. We can see the past performance of the stock. It's looking pretty good. Let's keep holding on to Coke, but let's take some out and put it into, say, Johnson and in fact, let's put it into Pepsi. If you play both, you can't really lose, right? So we put money into Pepsi, and as you see, up 13%, up 7%. They're making us some money, and it's just okay. Pepsi is now no longer cutting it. I'm gonna take it out of Pepsi, and what about Cisco? Cisco's awesome. They make products, and we can move forward 10 years, really holding this investment, and we say, okay, we've made a lot of money off of Cisco, we've made a lot of money off of Coke, and we probably made the right choice to ditch Pepsi when we did, right? And okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, let's just hold, right? Let's just hold, and we can move forward. And once we get to 2024, we have finished the game, basically. And it takes a bit to load, but you can see this is how we did. So that's pretty cool. So you can see here how we did. We've got cash here. The magenta line is what we did. So we got 419 from our starting point. And the red is the SPY, S&P. And so the whole point of this was to show that investing in individual stocks is not a very good idea, and that it's actually better to just invest in the S&P 500, right? And so, okay, that's a pretty good point. It's pretty easy to lose this. It's pretty easy to be worse than SPY, but we also know that if we if we buy a bunch of Coca-Cola and we hold it till 2019, okay, we've doubled our money. That's pretty good. And if we take that and we dump it into GME, well, we all know roughly what we're expecting here, right? So now that we've got £4,000 from that, we're just going to take it all out and put it in gold, because that's a worthwhile investment. And yeah, so there are ways to win. It is not trivial, but there are ways to win. And one of those ways is if you know about GME, which I think pretty much everybody does. But yeah, that's one of the ways that you can absolutely skyrocket your money. So it is pretty fun. It uses historical value, historical data. It's pretty good. You cannot play this because we ran into some issues hosting it, which it's a funny story. We actually won the hackiest hack for having the worst shit ever. Basically, all of this data for our picks, all of this magenta line, every single data point here is JSONified and then passed as a GET request to the next page, which when we tried to host it on Amazon Web Servers, the URL was too long, basically. So it's a pretty bad situation, yeah. And the other thing we did was we made a little calculator. So you can put any amount of money. You can put, you know, stuff in Apple, Spy, what's another one? I don't remember. We'll just put these two in. And you can put, you know, your calculation, and you can say for 14 years, and then you can calculate what that investment might look like. And that's basically what we did. It was a pretty fun project. It was a pretty cool project. Staying up all night to make this was a difficult, but also extremely, what's the word? Extremely, like, gratifying, I guess. Like, really rewarding thing to be a part of. And it was really fun. I was very tired by the end of it, though. And yeah, see you later.